Hi. First of all, good to see you again, Jon. You look great, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you guys kind of already tackled on it a little bit with the last question with voice acting, because I'm an aspiring actor who's also looking into voice acting as well. So this is kind of a question for all of you. What are some basic good intro steps into the industry for acting or for voice acting for people who want to get into the industry?
What she said, TikTok, anything you can get out there. YouTube, TikTok, do what you do and do it different or better than everybody else does, or find your own unique spin on things. But just get yourself out there and then get the basic stuff. Get a condenser microphone, quiet place to record. You know, there's a great website that everybody up here knows, iwanttobeavoiceactor.com, by the legendary D. Bradley Baker, that has almost all the information you need.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I did a class where I met a bunch of casting people too, and every single one of those people I still work for today. Andrea Romano cast me as Azula on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and thank you. And Colette Sunderman, she gave me like some of my biggest parts, Daphne on Scooby and all that stuff. So I mean, I worked for those people.
No big deal.
I worked for the same 6 people that I read for. Like that was like 20 years ago. With those people that I did the class with, I was like, oh my God, $600. I'm gonna have to put it on my credit card. But that has paid off for a 20-year career. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I got Animaniacs too. It's
Yeah.
just networking and getting in front of casting directors.
Yeah.
But be great by the time you get there. Don't come in as a rookie and be like,
it's not a
here
class. It's not a class. It's a let me show you how great I am so that
Exactly.
you can give me work. You know, yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Take classes with actors and then get really good and then go do a showcase for casting people.
And never fan out during a session.
Yeah.
Hi. So this doesn't have to be limited to just like Transformers stuff. What is your favorite role of all time?
It's definitely mine. It's Transformers, Bumblebee.
It's Transformers.
But other than that one, honestly, Detective Pikachu was the most fun I have ever. They basically gave me an open sandbox to be as Ryan Reynolds-y as I wanted to be. It was so much freaking fun. And all the other additional actors, Fred Tatasciore in there, like all the people I know. And because it was alphabetical, my name's at the very top. Oh. And now, like, everybody else is just doing Pokemon names, and I actually get to do full lines. I'm like, oh, I get to talk like a human.
Just anything I can get is fine for me. Because there's times when I would just do something off to the side and somebody says, that's good, do that, or whatever. There's so many other, since I do multiple voices with impressions and characters, it's just a full house of things to pick from for me, and it's a big fun job.
So the question was, what's my favorite role of all time?
Yes.
It's kind of a tie.
I'm King Boomy in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he's one of my favorites. One, because of the writing, and two, he's also based on a friend of mine, is how I found the voice originally. So Boomy is one.
And then the other one was that I'm Tony Montana in the Scarface video game. You fucking cockroach, okay?
That's great.
And that was really a couple things. One, Pacino selected my voice to do it, because he had to sign off on the voice, so it was Pacino approved. But also because I had more than 5,000 lines in that game, so it was really a chance to just really go as that character in a bunch of different scenarios. So that was the most fun, mostly because you got to spend so much time doing the character, and I don't always get that chance. Usually we're in for, especially on a cartoon, you're in for your lines and you're in and you're out. Like Boomy was on like 2 or 3 episodes, I think. But when you're the lead in the show, you get to do a lot more of something. But yeah, Tony Montana and Boomy are probably I would have to say, my 2 favorites. And then my third runner-up is a character called Dill on American Dad, who is based on Truman Capote. And these are my walking petunias, and I love Dill too. He's very special to me.
Quiet your mouth, Boomy. You're bothering me. You're banished. Never return to the Fire Nation.
Azul is definitely one of my favorites. And, yeah, but I mean, I took over the role of Daphne Blake in 1998, I think, and jeepers, that was a real honor because my friend used to play her, and so I feel like I'm carrying a part of her with me every time I do Daphne and
Vicky on the Fairly Odd Parents.
I'm so glad she's one of your favorites. She's one of mine too.
Mandy on the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Sam on Danny Phantom,
and when you guys were really little,
I was Emily Elizabeth on Clifford the Big Red Dog. Yeah.
But
right now, Cuphead, have you watched Cuphead? Because I play Miss Chalice on Cuphead. I don't know if you've watched it on Netflix, but it's really good. And I have friends that do this role-playing show called Vox Machina, and I got to do I was doing Scratch for like a celebrity person, which I can't say who, and she just wasn't available, and I was like, oh my God, I love this show so much, it's so amazing, and finally Amazon just said, you know what, let's just use the Scratch person, so the Scratch person is me.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm also Lady Briarwood. Yeah, Lady Briarwood on Vox Machina. You should watch it. It's really good.
It's out now on Prime Video.
Yes.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
All right, I have a question for both André and Jon. All right, I want to talk about with André first. Did you ever get any voice lines that were involved in Transformers: The Ride?
One more time, what was the question?
Were you ever on the
Something about
ride?
voice.
The ride.
Did you do any voices for the
Yes,
ride?
I am on the Transformers ride, actually. Sideswipe at Universal Studios. We
Right down the street.
the Transformers ride. And I think I say, damn, I'm good, and a couple of other things in that. And that's still there and still running. I mean, when you do those rides, you sign a contract that's literally like for 20 years. And sometimes those rides last longer. So yeah, I definitely am in the Transformers ride and a couple other ones. But yeah, I love that ride. It's amazing when you go through it. It really is. It's an incredible experience. Full Transformers immersion.
Thank you. And for Jon, what can we expect? I want to know this in particular. When can we expect you as Soundwave in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts? What can we hear about that?
I can't say anything about anything that I've worked on, to be honest. But I'll go to your question. The Transformers ride, the theme park ride is like one of the biggest voice actor bucket lists. So I am psyched. Grey's in Disney freaking land, in Disney World too, right?
Yeah, I'm
holy
the
crap.
red pirate on the Pirates of the Caribbean. But for that contract, they're just like, do you want to be on it? Because we're going to pay you one price for the rest of your life.
Right, for the rest of your
So this is what you're going to, you get to be on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was a contract for 20 years.
All right, well, thank you. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, Andre, Sideswipe was my favorite bit of the second movie. So,
Thank you.
So this is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Second of all, I guess I could say this to all of you. Did you ever think, like, the excessive explosions was worth it? And you could have spent other time properly writing instead of explosions.
I'm again with the math.
There was a lot of explosions. Do you think it was kind of wasted? There could have been writing better rather than so many explosions.
I agree with you, but so everybody has their taste. For me, I'm always more about story than action. I don't know if you guys saw the new Batman movie. Like everyone goes, "Oh, it's so long." I loved it, but the only time in the whole movie, all of a sudden, where I felt like this feels long was the chase scene with the Penguin. Like, I was like, they could have cut a minute and a half out of that, and just because it was great.
It's a lot of destruction for a tiny bit of information.
And that's my only beef about like Bumblebee. I really love because there's a ton of story, and the action sort of fits in it. Some of the other Transformers movies, there's just so much action that I just get like numb and kind of overwhelmed. That's why I say I love that Sideswipe
don't watch it in 40X.
because it's just so pure. He comes in, he says his line, and we're out. You know what I mean? So I always like the action to complement the story, and so yeah, I do agree with you on that. But some people just want to be overwhelmed by action, and that's okay too.
Yeah.